All right, guys, as you can see, we've got another super cool little classic Beamer here today. It's a 1997 316i compact. And yes, just like the 323 Ti that we have, it is a BMW Individual as well. This one's spec'd out in a really cool combo of Dakar yellow and a super neat interior that we're going to get to in just a moment. But this is a Euro spec car. It was imported from Germany. It's a 316i compact, although it appears to have been debadged. But, you know, I'm not sure why they call them 316i compacts instead of 316 Ti, like the 323 Ti, the 318 Ti. I'm not sure why they did that. If you do know, let me know in the comments, because seriously, I'm curious. I really don't know why. But these M stripes are here, which I think is pretty cool, but those, of course, are not factory. They were added by the previous owner, but I like them, so I'm going to leave them. This car is totally stock, I believe. It might have a little tune. I'm not sure, because it's got this here, which honestly might just be the dealership it was bought at, Schmidt Automobile Sport. I thought I saw another sticker talking about tuning. Yeah, tuning WST, Schmidt Automobile Sport. But I don't know, maybe it has a tune, maybe it doesn't. But speaking of which, this thing's got a little 4-cylinder that pumps out only 101 horsepower and 111 torque from the factory. And I'll tell you what, this thing actually moves. My first thought when I jumped into it to drive it was, wow, this thing is so peppy and so, you know, nimble and agile, and it's just super fun to drive. I absolutely adore it. Take a look at the interior. Go this way. So some of you guys have been following me and on our social media, and you know that, you know, I'm a big fan of these TIs or compacts, and some of you guys already knew that I had this one coming in, so here it is. Look at this interior. God, I freaking love this. Look at that. I mean, it's so 90s, and it's so German 90s with the pink, the blue, the orange, the little squiggly lines, the green. It's the coolest thing. It's probably one of the coolest interiors I've ever seen, and quite frankly, one of the coolest E36 interiors for sure. You even have Alcantara bolsters, which was something that was very rare in the 90s, and especially for a 316. You know, the original owner who spec'd this out as an individual order had a great eye. I mean, it's so cool. What a tremendous color combination. And yeah, like I was saying, Alcantara, you hardly saw this in the 90s, but especially on a BMW, and especially on just a 316i. So kudos to the original owner who spec'd this thing out, because it is freaking awesome. It is an M Sport package, so you get your M steering wheel, which was featured in the M5 and the E36 M3. You get your thicker side moldings here with the M badge. You get a M front bumper. No M mirrors on this one, surprisingly. M rear bumper. Just the coolest little car. Let's take a look at the engine, because I want you guys to see this little 4-cylinder. Look at that. It looks just like the 318 Ti, but this is a 316. And of course, there you see BMW Individual. And if you're not familiar with BMW Individual, I've explained in the 323 Ti video that BMW Individual is essentially an ordering process when the car is being ordered new, to spec it out in colors and combinations and interior options and wheel options, I think even, that are just not normally available on a regular spec order. You have to go through a custom order to get this kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. I don't think wheels are, I retract that statement. I don't think wheels are a part of BMW Individual. Let's hop in. So part in the bag here, I was just washing the car. I'll zoom out. But yeah, as you can see, there you got your kilometers per hour. Very basic little vehicle, which is awesome. You do have a heater, but no air conditioning on this model. Air conditioning was actually a pretty rare option on the European specs, and no cruise control, which was also rare. Our 323 Ti does have air conditioning, but no cruise control. And I drove all the way from Galveston to El Paso in that thing, and yeah, you really start to appreciate cruise control after about an hour or two. The interior on this thing is like mint condition. The exterior is very good condition, I would call it, but the interior is just like spotless. It's almost like brand new. It's really cool. This one does have a sunroof as well, which is really neat. A lot of guys don't prefer the sunroofs. I do. You know, I talked about that in the 323 video, but yeah, I'm a sunroof guy. I like them. Oh, check this out. This is also super neat. To store your cassettes. Isn't that cool? What a blast from the past, huh? Yeah. Well, let's start her up and take her for a little spin. So yeah, as I was saying, my first impression was, wow, this thing is zippy and peppy. How cool. And like I said, this one is totally stock, so it's a little more comfortable to drive than my 323 Ti because that thing's on coilovers, which is cool and it's fun, but you're also bouncing all over the place. This is much more well-mannered on the road. God, what a treat this thing is to drive. I freaking love it. So as I've also mentioned in the 323 Ti video, these E36 Ti's or compacts are actually known as E36/5s or E36/5s. That was their chassis designation. And essentially what they are is a hybrid between the E36 up front and an E30 in the rear. And some interior appointments. For example, this dash is much more reminiscent of an E30 than it is, you know, the full-blown E36. But, you know, in a way, this was kind of a parts car for BMW. You know, it was like, well, what do we do with all the leftover E30 stuff? Well, let's make a little Beamer soup here and call it a TI or a compact. And they actually did the same thing with the Z3, which I believe is called an E36/7. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, what a wonderful little car. I absolutely adore this thing. I'm so happy we got it. Super cool little car. Oh, I've got the light on here. Yeah, just a great little car. And it's part of a growing collection. One second here, because of course I'm pulling up right next to a cop. So we'll hang on for a moment, guys. So yeah, this is part of a growing collection of E36/5s that I want to have. I've got the fashion red 323 Ti. We've now got this Dakar yellow 316i compact. I want to get next, my ideal spec would be a Techno Violet or a Lilac, which are super rare. And perhaps a Lilac was never even made of the California top, because that is one of my requirements for the next compact that's coming in. It's got to be a California top. It's something I've always wanted. And yeah, it's got to be purple. Or like, you know, orange or green if they even made those types of colors. But preferably it's got to be purple. But anyway, guys, here you go. I mean, 316i compact, 1997, individual, BMW Individual, one of the coolest spec TIs or compacts that you're ever going to come across. in addition to our 323 Ti in fashion red. So guys, thanks so much for watching today. As always, give us a subscribe, give us a like. Let me know what you think of the car, and let me know if you've had your own experiences with TIs and compacts, because we absolutely adore them here. What is with this road? What is this? Ah, that's horrible. Just bouncing around everywhere. Anyway, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. I've got a bunch of other cool cars coming too. We're going to be filming some more content tomorrow, some more videos. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.